Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men, women, and children of all ages. Today we got a great video coming out for you guys today. This is the video that I promised would be out yesterday, but I decided to make it today since yesterday I had school and today I don't have school, so I could better use my time today to make this video. So we're going to go over some of the Cubs' top prospects as well as when you'll probably see them hit the majors. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it with the number one. I'm going off of these rankings. I'm going off of baseballamerica.com, and I'm really only going to talk about the guys that I know about. And so I'm looking at their top 10 list right now. So we're going to go with their number one choice of Javier Baez. I would heavily agree with Javier Baez being the number one choice. Javier Baez is going to be a huge power hitter when he hits the majors. He plays shortstop, so that adds some conflict. Plus, there's no real other place in the infield for him except maybe second base with Darwin Barney. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to move him to second base because they can't move him to third base because of the next guy on this list. But Baez is going to be a power hitter. Expect him to, if he doesn't make the club for opening day, expect him to be up like middle of June, maybe July. And I expect to see Javier Baez this season. The next guy, Kris Bryant, who's going to be the third baseman of the future, most likely. I mean, there's a few other guys that you could consider first baseman of the future, but they haven't really proven themselves. And I might talk about one of them later on in this video, but Kris Bryant is going to be that huge, heavy, power-hitting prospect. I think, actually, he's going to be like a Bryce Harper, Mike Trout type player. He's that young, and I think if he gets a call-up this season, he's going to have an impact like they had on their respective teams. And I think we could possibly see him crack the opening day roster if he has a good spring, if not get a mid-season call-up. And I would expect to see him at some point this season, maybe not for the whole season, maybe not even for half a season, but I expect to see him at some point this season. Then we got something that the Cubs really do lack depth in starting pitcher. I'm not sure if he's a starting pitcher or not, but C.J. Edwards, great pitching prospect that we got in the Matt Garza deal. I'm fairly sure that he's the one that they said didn't give up a minor league home run for like 100 innings or 200 innings. And that's really good when you've got a minor leaguer who can really have as great of control as that proves. And I would love to see C.J. Edwards come up. He's probably not going to come up this season. He might come up next season, be like a back of the rotation starter. So we'll see. Then it has next Albert Almora. He was first draft pick in 2012. And I'm very excited to see what Albert Almora can do. He's our best average hitter, it says here. And though we have a lot of outfield depth in the minor leagues as well as in the major leagues right now, we don't really have that great of a major league outfield. So Albert Almora, expect to see him within the next 2 seasons be a starter in that outfield. And he's going to be a huge impact player along with the next guy on this list. The guy that I've been waiting to see for like a solid 2 years now, Jorge Soler. I don't know if it's been 2 years, but the mega prospect that we signed out of Cuba gave him like an ungodly amount of money to come play for us. So I can't wait to see what Jorge Soler is going to do. He's going to be a big power hitter. I think in terms of outfield, you're going to be talking a presence like, how do I exactly describe this? I don't want to say Nelson Cruz because Nelson Cruz is a steroid user, and I don't know what Soler's contact is like, but I think like maybe a Jose Bautista type player. That's what I'm thinking Jorge Soler is going to be. He's got the height, he's got the power, he's definitely going to be a great player. Then we have, I don't know how to say his first name. He's a second base / shortstop, but I know his last name is Alcantara. And I know I've heard this guy's name many, many times in talks of taking over for Darwin Barney, but the Cubs are just so overly stacked with infield and outfield prospects. The Cubs don't have any real catching prospects or that many pitching prospects, which kind of worries me, but they're going to have so much hitting within the next few years. Like, you figure the future of the Cubs offense, like, you've got Wellington Castillo or someone better behind the plate. You've got Rizzo at first. You've got Alcantara or Javier Baez at second base. You've got Starlin Castro at short. You've got Kris Bryant or Mike Olt at third. Probably Kris Bryant. And then in the outfield, you've got your Albert Almora, Jorge Soler, possibly a Junior Lake or Alcantara, Baez, Bryant. You've got so many different options for this Cubs offense, and Alcantara just adds to that potential offense. And then we've got another guy, Arodys Vizcaino. I'm pretty sure he's got what we got in return for Paul Maholm, and he missed all of last season after, I believe it was Tommy John, but I read online where he did just throw like 97 the other day in his first bullpen session, so that is something that is very encouraging to see So I can't wait to see him come up to the majors. And then another guy who's not ranked on the top 10 for Baseball America, but someone I've heard quite a bit about is Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks is heavily compared to Greg Maddux, and a guy who just eats away at the corners and who is just a great overall pitcher. So I can't wait to see what Hendricks can come up and do in the majors. Expect him to probably be the first pitcher to get a call-up, if not Vizcaino. But I'm really excited to see what all these prospects can do in the majors, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.